Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel where we talk on productivity, self-growth, self-improvement, self-development and lots more, you name it. Well, this is a new month, so it's never too late to say happy new month despite the date. Even on the 22nd, you can wish someone happy new month. Yes, you can. So I'm just here to talk about the things I did in February. Like my previous video, I did something like this, how I talked on the things I did in January. So I'm talking on what I did in February. So stay tuned and enjoy. So number one on my list, I celebrated my mom's birthday. Actually, we celebrated my mom's birthday. That's my family and I. It was a small celebration, just something really nice for her. Nothing too fancy, but something really nice that we all knew that she's going to enjoy so much. So we did cake, we cooked rice. That day I ate I ate saute. There was no space again. Do I know I'm a productivity fitness person, but I beg that day it was an exception. It was actually a very fun celebration for her. She didn't expect any of the celebration. In fact, she was praying that we will not go and surprise her in her office, but we surprised her at home and she was really, really grateful. I'll just attach a video of her reaction when we gave her the cake and everything. She was really excited. It was really, really beautiful. And we're all so happy that we made her very happy on her special day. So number two on my list is that I added jogging to my morning workout routine. Jogging just helps the health generally. It just does a lot of great things to the health. When you jog, it just reduces stress for the day. It keeps you energetic. It keeps you going. I would just advise everyone and encourage everyone to jog as much as possible. Even if you can't jog, at least take a stroll, take a walk around your area early in the morning or in the evening. It depends on the kind of work schedule you have. If it's something you can fit in your work schedule, it's important you do so because it has a lot of health benefit that will be very beneficial for you now and even in the long run. Okay, so my final point on the things I did in February, the major things I did in February was that I read about 6 books in February. Okay, my previous video I did something like this as well, where I listed out the books and showed you people the books I read in January. So there's something I missed out. I'm looking at my book, the book that I wrote, the books I'll read, because I cannot carry it in my head. I'll come and talk about here. Okay, so this is a book. This is my book. You may not be able to see it clearly, but this is where I wrote all the books I plan to read. From here to this page, just the books I plan to read. So I don't know if you can see the ticks. Some of them that I have ticked before, those are the ones that I have read already. So anyone that I read, I will tick it off. So when I talked about the books I read in January, there's a particular book I missed out, which is No Excuses. Yes, this particular book, No Excuses, I missed it out. I don't know, it just skipped my mind, but I read this one. Let me check the date because I wrote everything out. Yes, I wrote everything out. And it's true, whenever I'm done reading, after these are the books, like I said, that I plan to read with the help of God, I still come back here and I write out the books and I write out the dates. I don't know if you see maybe the dates, from when I started to when I finished. So that's what I do, so that at least I can have the memory and keep records properly. So for this one, this No Excuses, it's actually a very powerful book. I advise everyone, I recommend, please, if you can read it, even if you can't buy the hard copy, you can try and get the soft copy. It's a big book, but you must not do one book per week. Like I said in my previous video, you can decide to do one book in 1 month, one book in 2 weeks. It depends on your schedule. So for this particular one, I read it from the 13th of January to the 20th of January. Yep. And I actually did a mix-up. Good Morning Holy Spirit was when I now read, because I showed you people this one in my previous video, but this was what I read in WhatsApp. Just give me a moment. Okay, this was what I read from the 27th of January to the 3rd of February. So I should have done this for this month, the books I read in February, but I already did it ahead. I don't know if I'm making sense, but whatever, it just spilled over January and February. So this one, I read it from the 22nd of January to the 3rd of February. But like I said, I missed out this one. So it's an important book. Sorry. It's an important book that everybody should pick and read. Okay, so let me just list out the books again I read in January before I go to February. I read from the 13th of December 2024 to the 8th of January 2025. I read Live Long, Finish Strong. I said that in my previous video. Protocol of the Ark, No Excuses, Act and Think Like a Leader, and then Good Morning Holy Spirit, which I read from 27th of January to the 3rd of February 2025. So that is it. Okay, so for this month, no, rather for last month, the books I read: The Woman Fool, another nice book, another very nice book. It just talks about women, you know. It encourages women to like, should I say, to step out of their box. That's the word I should use. To not limit themselves because you have a family, you have a husband, you can't achieve your dreams again. Your dreams are on hold. It's not bad to have a family, it's not bad to focus on your family, to focus on your children, but don't forget yourself. Basically what she's saying. You should also do good things, do great things for yourself. Support your husband, why not? Even if you're not married, support people around you, support your family, but don't forget yourself. So she just talks about women generally, both married, both singles, even divorced. Your life doesn't end because you have divorced, or your life doesn't end because you are married, or your life doesn't end because you are still single. You can do great things as a woman. So she just talks about it. So I encourage everyone to try and read it if you can. And the second book I read was Networking for Results, another Dr. Linus Okure's book. Another very, very powerful book. Like, in all humility and in all honesty, I read this book in a day because it's not much. It's just very brief, straight to the point. I recommend. It's very nice. I've learned a lot. It just teaches you how to network properly with people when you go for an occasion instead of just sitting down. Nobody's saying you should be running around. No, but there's a way you can relate with people. You go out to conferences, occasion, weddings, celebration, anything. It teaches you how to relate with those people and, you know, get profitable connection if possible, and the rest. So this is it. So I recommend. So like I said, it was a book that I read in a day. So if you can pick this book, you can actually read it in less than 1 week if you actually just focus on it. The prints are quite bold as well, so anybody can sit down and actually finish it. But like I stated, you must not finish it in 1 week, because I said it. So it depends on your schedule. Okay, so the next book I read was 22 Laws of Life, Volume 1. Yes, this is by my pastor, Dr. Pastor Paul Enenche. Okay, please let me say something. This book is by Adek Basi Ozabehe. This is it. So pick it up. So this by my pastor, 22 Laws of Life, and Volume 2, 22 Live. There are 2 volumes, so I read each one 1 week. It's quite also straight to the point. Very powerful book as well. You know, just teaches us on the laws that governs life, because despite the fact that we're on earth, God has given us the earth, there are still laws that govern our lives. There are still some things you can't just do because you want to do it. There are laws in place that controls everything we do. So it's a book that I recommend everybody should pick and read. It's also a very simple book. You can sit down and actually complete it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so like I said, one week I read this, and I read one book. You can if you think you can. I gave that book to my friend because she really wanted to read something, so I just gave it to her to encourage her to read. It's also a very, very powerful book. I will attach a picture so that you can see it as well. It's a very powerful book. It just does something to the mindset. It changes the, like, you read that book, you can't be the same. Your mind must shift. Your mind must take another turn positively. So I encourage everyone to read it. You can if you think you can, you know. And even if you tell yourself you can't, you are not wrong. If you say you can, you are still not wrong. But as long as your mind is set to this, I can do it, then you definitely can. All right, there you have it. Those are the major things rather I did in February. I celebrated my mom's birthday, added jogging to my morning workout routine, and I read like 6 books. Yes, 6 books. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, share. Comment what book you actually like to read. and subscribe. Thank you for stopping by.